Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Brno Expat Centre webinar, and today we will focus on taxes, a topic which can be daunting at first, but we will make sure that you go through tax submission and tax declaration with ease. And who's going to help us with that is a professional, Brno Expat Centre friendly service, Jana from Auditor. Hi, Jana.
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
I'm really glad that you're here. How are you today?
In the middle of tax season, so I'm ready for this webinar and will be happy to share my knowledge that I have with this, especially personal income tax returns, for which we have the peak now.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much that you scheduled some time for us in this very overwhelming season for you, because as we will soon hear from you that the deadlines are coming for tax submission, so we will all go through it. So let's first go through the topics for today. First, we will tell you if you really need to file a tax return, because as we will find out, not everyone has to file it. Then we will also tell you about the deadlines with Jana, the key deadlines for submission of the tax return, the proper tax return. And then we will go together we will go through the fill-in of the tax return digitally, and we will show you how to fill it, what to look out for, and how to submit it. And for that, Jana will also help us with that. So Jana, let's go to the first question. Do I need to file a tax return? And who needs to file a tax return?
Okay, so at this moment, a lot of people in the Czech Republic already have settled their tax liability for 2025. These are employees who have only employment income, only from one employer, and no additional income, or there might be some minor income, maximally 20,000. So all these people already settled their tax liability for 2025 via employer, based on asking for so-called annual reconciliation. Okay, so
so if I didn't ask for the tax reconciliation, what next? Who else needs to file?
Then you are in the position that you need to file the tax return, because everybody needs to settle tax liability for the previous year. Everybody with income needs to settle tax liability for the previous year. So you must submit the tax return on your own, either due to the fact that you did not fulfill those conditions, one employer, maximally 20,000, or if you did not apply within the deadline of 15 February for this annual reconciliation, or simply there might be some situations when the employer does not want or is not willing to do the annual reconciliation for you, even though you think that you have the right for this.
Right. It's too much work for them, right?
Not too much work, but for taxability of some income, or especially with foreigners, tax residency status might be a question, and it's difficult for employer to assess the tax residency status, which has impact on application of deductions.
So if there are some questions about whether they need to file a tax return, the employer can decide not to, or think that they don't need to file
cannot apply for annual reconciliation.
Yeah.
And then the person is on his own to do it on his own.
Okay, so I file the tax return if I have more than one employer. So if I work at Infosys and KV, for example, then I need to file a tax return. If I have some other taxable income above 20,000 Czech crowns, like from, I don't know, rent or anything else.
Sale of shares, sale of some assets.
Then I also need to file. And or if I forgot to apply for tax reconciliation at my employers because yeah, I just forgot.
Yeah.
Did happen actually to me. Then I can ask for the bonuses through the tax declaration.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I can see there's two more.
Okay.
What are those?
The third one is quite rare, so we can skip it. But
Okay.
the second is important. Of course, not everybody in the Czech Republic is employee. We have a lot of freelancers, self-employed persons, and if their taxable income is over 50,000, they need to file the tax return.
Okay, so people self-employed or with any taxable income above
Rental
50,000
income, sale of assets,
need
which
to
is
file.
above this amount, then it's necessary to submit the tax return. Of course, for the sale of assets, we have in the Czech Republic many rules when you can exempt this income. So even at the first glance, it might seem that I have significant income, but if you know the rules for tax exemption, you end up with no obligation to file the tax return.
Okay, okay. Let me just tell you that if you have any questions during this webinar, please feel free to ask it on the page you're looking from. We will be happy to answer it later on when we finish the webinar. And we also want to tell you that the Brno Expat Centre's services are completely free. We help you, we help foreigners, especially expats, working in various fields, feel welcome in Brno. And we do that by helping you orient in the Czech environment, especially taxes or housing, visa and residence, and much more. So this was a bit of a commercial break for you, and we will get right into the tax return again. So we went through who needs to file a tax return. Then also you can see what are the deadlines for the filing the tax return for 2025. We can see the numbers, but Jana, can you briefly go through like the key points of these
Deadlines?
Deadlines, yeah. Thanks.
Deadlines are important because deadline for filing the tax return also means the deadline for payment of tax. If you are paying late, then you get a penalty for late payment in the amount of interest for late payment. If you file the tax return late, also there is fine.
So many fines.
So the deadlines are important. The standard deadline, the first which is coming, is the 1st April. So very soon, but this can be extended by 1 more month if you do electronic submission. And actually we will learn today how to do how to fill in the form in
electronic
form, which enables also you to submit it electronically.
Yeah.
So you are fine in these cases with the extended deadline,
Yeah.
4th May. 1st July is the case if you have the tax return prepared and filed by tax advisor, for example by me, based on the power of attorney. The advantage of tax advisor, of course, is the postponement of the filing deadline, but also payment of tax.
And also, like, if my case, like, if my taxes are so complicated, I also should contact a tax advisor, right?
Yeah, exactly. And 2nd November is in the situation if you are Czech tax resident with income from abroad. Firstly, you need to settle tax liabilities abroad, so that's why.
So if I have like some rent from my home country,
yes.
for example Greece, then I like this 2nd November is a deadline for me.
It's not automatic extension. You need to apply for that, but if you have income from abroad, tax office always approves this extension.
All right. Then I can see that if you have like, so if you have tax overpayment or tax underpayment, what are the deadlines here?
For underpayment, it is based on the filing deadline, and for tax overpayment, this is refunded by tax office within 30 days of filing deadline. So if the tax return is filed by tax advisor within the extended deadline of 1st July, then the overpayment is refundable only by the end of July. But also tax advisor can file it within the standard deadline of 1st April, so that the overpayment is refundable by the end of April.
So I have my money sooner.
There must be application for refund, because the tax office does not do anything automatically, especially when they need to pay something. So you need to apply for that. But there is part of tax return where you fill in very simple form, where you fill in the...
we will actually look into that today. Okay. So if I have underpayment, I need to follow these deadlines for tax return: 1st April, 4th of May, 1st July, 2nd of November.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Right. Let's move on. Here we have hyperlinks. If you by chance need to go through this presentation and you wish to possess it, we will happily share it with you. Just go to the Brno Expat Centre webpage, click contact, and tell us that you would like to have this slideshow, and we will happily share it with you. We will focus on this. We have like the basic forms that you can see here. It's also in an English version, which is not official, it's just for show basically. And then we have the electronic forms. Do you want to go to the form right now, or should we go through like some details?
Maybe we can move on to the following slide.
All right.
Because before we start to fill in the form, it's I understand that it's good to have in your head at least the structure or the very basic rules that we have in the Czech Republic in terms of personal income tax, because this might vary from your home country. So very briefly, this is the structure, how we calculate tax liability. Firstly, you need to assess what type of income you are receiving. I believe that this is easy. From Infosys, for example, you have employment income. From freelance activity, you have business income, and so on. So distinguishing the income into 5 income categories. I would maybe emphasize for employment income, you can notice that what we need to tax in the Czech Republic is the entire income. We cannot deduct social health insurance, which is payable from employment income, compared, for example, to other countries.
All right.
Where this is deductible item in terms of employment income, not in the Czech Republic. So that's why on the confirmation of earnings from your employer, you only have income and no information about social health insurance that you pay during the year. Okay. For self-employment income, rental income, other income, we can deduct related expenses. So here you have to have some evidence of expenses relating to this income, which can decrease your tax liability. So once you have sorted your income for the past year into those 5 categories, you will calculate the total tax base. Actually, the form will do it for you. You only need to enter your income, and in those 3 income categories also expenses. And then the form calculates for you your tax base. Then you have the possibility to claim allowances, decrease of your tax base. We will be having in our example some deductions, for example, donations, interest on a mortgage can be deducted from your tax base. Then again, the form will calculate for you the tax liability. Just for you to know, we have progressive taxation in the Czech Republic. If your annual income, total income is over 1.6 million, then you are subject to for the rest of the income, you are subject to 23% tax rate. Below that, it's only 15%. Then again, form calculates for you the tax liability, which you can further decrease by tax credits for children, for dependent spouse.
Right.
And the last thing that you need to enter into the form are the advances that you pay during the year, which again decreases your, not tax liability, but decreases your underpayment.
Right. Okay, so much for calculation. I'm really glad that the electronic form will do it for me because I'm really bad at math and I'm sure I would mess it up. So can we go to the filling of the electronic
Sure.
form right now? All right, so we will switch to the form. And what we are going to do now is to translate it to English with the Google Chrome. And then we'll go to personal income tax. And there you have different options. So the first one is pre-fillment of the report, which means you will sign in through your a digital ID, whether it's the data box or some kind of other ID like bank ID. Usually most of you, like 90% of you, have bank ID or can easily get it, so I really recommend it. If you want to learn, if you don't have it and you wish to learn about the digital identity, how to set it up, how you can sign and use e-government, then I really recommend this guide from the Brno Expat Centre, which will guide you through how to set it up. I'm sure my colleague will upload it in the chat box so you can see it. But basically you can just go and search for it yourselves. Right. But today we will go through filling from the guide just like from scratch. Also, if you need to, for some reason, if you need to have the tax declaration in like paper form, like the regular form, then you can also click this. But we will go through the other one.
Using the guide, because maybe it's easier. Also from the guide you can get a PDF form of the submitted tax return, but it's easier because you are filling the form based on answering the questions. So for somebody who does not like forms, it is easier option.
Yeah, that's exactly me. I don't like forms. By the way, I think my colleague will also upload this link to the electronic forms where you can easily access the electronic form, the wizard. Okay, so let's go. First of all, I just want to ask you what we should look out for. Are there any anything that you want to add, Jana?
On the left side of the screen you can see like the structure of the calculation, so you can navigate easily in those sections. In the middle you have two options, either start filling in or load from file. Load from file would be the case if you have tax return, for example, from previous year. You can easily upload it and it will be updated to new form which is valid for 2025 and the information will be pre-filled.
Okay,
so this is option.
Uh,
And very important, at the bottom of the page there are like error messages that you will get when you fill in the forms during. And you especially have to care about critical errors, which are the red ones, which needs to be dealt with during the filling in.
Otherwise I
the
cannot
submission
submit it,
yes,
right?
will not be enabled.
And what about this yellow one?
Yellow ones are fine.
Okay.
There is some notification that something is not
So
clear,
I can submit it, but I guess somebody will contact me.
You might expect questions from the tax office. For example, you forgot to upload some supporting document.
Right. So the office will contact me. All right. Let's go to the actual filling of the form. We are here with the proper form. You can select all of these. If you don't understand anything, you can click these little eyes and it will help you understand what exactly do you need to fill in that box. For you, what is important is to select your region. So we will be looking for the South Bohemian region. You can also select, South Moravian region, not Bohemian. And you can also select the district of your financial office, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, if you are not sure whether Brno 1, 2, 3, 4, it's okay to select any local competent tax office, because the obligatory one is South Moravian region.
Right, yeah. Okay, right now we will show you an example because we prepared a guy who will be filing for the tax return. Let me just go through it. And his name is John Smith. I will be in the role of John Smith. And as you can see, he is employed. He's also self-employed in IT services. He has some sale of shares, and he is eligible for deductions from the tax base and discounts. From mortgage, donations, and much more. So we will be looking in this example. So I can skip the names of
personal details. Everybody is able to fill in personal details.
Yes.
And contact details. They are not necessary to enter your email address and phone number, but it might be recommended if tax office needs to contact you.
Right. If I don't want to receive letters, then they can just call me or email me.
Email is the best, because you will receive email in Czech language, but it's easy to translate it compared to phone call.
Right.
Okay, other questions on this page are not necessary.
All right, we can skip it.
And go right away to income sections. First one is the employment.
All right, so I am employed actually because I earn 600,000 Czech crowns per year. So what do I fill in here?
You need to have confirmation of earnings from your employer. Maybe we can have a look how it looks like. So you have from your employer confirmation of earnings, where you can find your annual income and also the amount of advances. The other one, this one.
Okay, so here you can see the confirmation from my employer for John Smith, and here so I see 600,000, and what else?
And also you can see the tax advance, payroll advance, which was withheld during the year from your on a monthly basis.
Right. So the rows 1 and 8 are important for me with filling in the return. Okay. Then I can see if I had children, then their names would be here and their details.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
We know that John Smith has kids, but he just decided not to apply for tax credit during the year, which means that he actually can, of course, claim it in the tax return and ending up with higher overpayment.
All right. So
you need to enter employer name, and then we will focus just on figures. So from dependent activities, 600,000.
So yeah, I earned 600,000 Czech crowns. I will write it here. And so I suppose here I would write the 65 something, right?
160.
65.
The payroll tax withheld.
Yeah, okay. From the row 8. Here, do I write anything?
Not in John Smith's case, but if you, some of you applied for a tax credit for children during the year, and it might end up in some months in the position that you receive the tax bonus, then you would enter this here.
Okay.
Here is important the attachment. You can see that it's necessary to upload that confirmation of earnings that we just look at.
Right. So yeah, so I will have to upload like confirmation that I have this confirmation, right?
And we also know that John had another employment income from Dohoda o provedení práce. For this, you would receive...
So it's DPP.
DPP. You would receive different type of confirmation. You can have a look on this.
Right.
And
so it's this one, right?
This one. It also contains your annual income and advances, actually withholding tax withheld. And with this type of income, you do not need to care because the taxation was already done by the payer of the income. In some cases, it might be beneficial for you to include this income in the tax return if you do not utilize fully any deductions. But for John Smith, we know that he will utilize all the deductions to his taxes, so we put it away because it's already taxed by the final withholding tax, which is 15%.
Okay, so we will not fill it in the tax return.
This one we will not need.
All right. So I guess we can move next.
Yes, we are done with employment income.
Good.
Then we have self-employment income. Here we are entering no record of your income is necessary to upload to the tax office. Tax office does not need to know who are your customers. You just need to have one figure, what is your income, which we know that it's 300,000 in our case.
Okay.
And then you have the option how to claim expenses. Either expenses in actual amount, if you are incurring costs on purchase of goods, services, using car, having rental of the office and so on, and majority of freelancers are actually going for so-called lump sum expenses. Lump sum expenses in the certain percentage from the amount of income. John Smith is IT expert, so for him it will be 60% lump sum expenses.
Right.
So here we need to...
I will select the third one.
I apply for expenses at lump sum.
And then here I select lump sum. Usually 60%. It's 60% for self-employed people.
For trade license.
For trade license. All right. So here I will write the name of my activity, which is IT. Here actually you will need to select the proper one. If you don't know, you can easily ask someone or use it's better to use the Czech version because the English one is not may not be correct. Okay, so here I can see revenues and expenses. What do I write here? So I can see that for
revenues
for John Smith we have revenues 300,000 per year and expenses 150.
Okay, and here we understand that 60% from 300 is better than to apply 150. So John has some record of expenses, but at the end of the year he can decide to go for what is more beneficial.
Okay.
And more beneficial in this case is lump sum 60% because it's higher.
So I can easily choose. And what I write in here? The
revenues 300,000.
Okay.
Expenses should be calculated automatically.
Oh, okay, so it's actually higher, 20,000.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
And then we are done with this page. Anything else does not need to be. These are specific situations which we do not assume for majority of freelancers.
Yeah. I just want to quickly check in with the viewers. I don't know if I explained the translation of these strange words. So let me go through it again in case I didn't. So is means no in our case, and again means yes in our case. So it's because the Czech, the English version, English translation from the Google Translate is not working properly. So just remember, when we mean is, it's no, and yes is again. Right. So I just broke our record. Never mind, we will just move on. For John Smith, does he have any capital assets?
No, he does not have any capital income in the form of interest or dividends. If he does, of course, he would fill in the section capital income.
Right. But I can see he has sales of shares. So these ones are written somewhere else?
Yes, sale of shares is not capital income. Capital income is income in the form of dividends, but if I'm selling the shares, I'm in the category other income.
All right, so we will switch to other income. And when I write yes, I select
Sale of securities, D.
sale of securities, all right.
We need to enter the amount for which we sold, 200,000.
All right, but first I guess we need to
In
name
writing.
what is it from, so we know it's akcie, so shares from chess. Yeah, just for the viewers, please always fill in the form in Czech language. So for revenues, we have 200,000, if I'm correct.
And expenses in terms of securities or shares is the acquisition value of the shares, and we assumed in our example it's 10,000.
10,000, okay. So we will write it here. I just switched to the back presentation. So 10,000, right. And here I can see that there was some calculation again for 190.
So this is the profit that we need to tax. If the sale of shares would be below 100,000, then it would be tax exempt. Either a holding period 3 years or at less than 100,000 income.
All right.
So we are done with income and now deductions. John Smith is paying interest on a mortgage. It must be mortgage taken for housing need, for the house in which you are living in with your family. Then this interest can be deducted up to 150,000. And John paid 50,000. So we will enter just 50,000.
So for mortgage, John paid 50,000 Czech crowns, okay.
And for all these deductions, you see that there is requirement for attachment. So you will have from the bank,
right.
you will have
so
confirmation
again,
how much
we need
you
to
paid.
upload the confirmation.
Sometimes tax office also requires the contract just to make sure that it really is the mortgage taken for your housing need.
Yeah, okay. I can also see from our example that we had donations to UNICEF for 10,000 Czech crowns.
This is again deductible item from the tax base.
Yeah, so I can see it's here. So I say again or yes in our case, and I will write 10,000 spent on donations.
The minimum amount here is 1,000, so you at least donate 1,000, and you can have up to 30% of your tax base is deduction for donations.
Good.
If you donate blood, for example, this is type of donation. Donate blood. The value of one donation is value to 3,000.
Right, right. So I don't have to donate money. I can also donate blood, and it's deducted from my tax base. That's great. So not everything can be solved with money, as you can see. Then I guess we don't have anything else for this case.
As deduction from tax base. But what we can deduct, we can go to discounts. Discounts are much better because they directly decrease tax liability. First deduction to which everybody is entitled, 30,000 is 30,840 is for every taxpayer. There is no question for that because it will be automatically deducted from your tax liability, those 30,000. But what else he has? He has spouse with no income and 2 children. For this we would fill in the information in the section of deductions.
Right.
And maybe because we are a little bit running of the time, we can just move to the end of the form. So here you would only answer here. Do you have discount for your spouse? Yes. Of course, you need to fill in the details for the spouse. And then we have children, which is at the end.
Right.
Yes, we have children. For this, we need to provide, again, the names, how many months, because one child was born only in December, so only for December this discount is available.
Right, right. Then I can also add another row for another child and
Yes.
so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's next?
The last thing is the deduction of advances, which were withheld from employment income when we were dealing with
Right.
employment
We already
income.
put it in there, right?
We already
okay.
put it when
So it's
we
like yeah, recapitulation. I can see it right now.
So
okay.
it is transferred to the right place in the form for you, and it is deducted from your tax liability. So we are at the end. We can have a look on the result of Mr. Smith.
All right.
The one where we have the kids and the spouse.
Oops. Okay, so we will switch to another form that we had prepared, but now I think it's not. So
Okay.
let's see.
And result, I already know, result will be overpayment, which means, as we discussed, the overpayment will be refunded by tax office automatically based on filling the application for the refund.
Okay, so right now there is
and if there would be, if the result is underpayment, that we owe any money to the tax office, at the end of the form there will be generated also this QR code for payment right away.
okay, okay. So if I have underpayment, I can just go to the end of the form and we'll just translate it to English again, so our English speaking viewers can understand. So when I go to exit options and I scroll down, I can see view payment information, and you can either pay via the QR code or the details that are written here. You can also see how the form looks from the point of view of the financial office, which will receive this form, which is the proper form that Jana is working with actually.
This is actually the option, you can print it, and if you do not have any possibility for electronic submission, which we do not assume because almost everybody has the bank ID at least, but you can still submit it in the paper form, filling in here in the digital environment, print it and bring it or send it to the tax office.
Right, right. Can we also check how the overpayment looks?
For overpayment there will be no QR code for payment, but there is also section which will be provided at the end of the form, navigating you to provide bank account details where you would like to receive the overpayment.
Right, so here we can see that this is for if we have overpayment, so the tax office actually owes us on taxes, and we will just switch back to English again quickly, and you can see it overpayment, and so another section will be added to the digital form in recapitulation section, and here you will fill out the application for the refund of the money that the tax office owes you, and then send it with the form. When you will be sending the submission, there needs to be
before that, it's necessary to deal with these critical errors.
That's
why that send submission is not active. You really need to deal with these critical errors.
Yeah.
So it will navigate you directly in the form where is something we have missing because we were not filling all the information about the address, which is important. Of course, for the tax office, we did not provide information about children, which is also necessary to have it. Otherwise, it's not possible.
Okay,
to
so
submit
these
it.
all are red. That's why it cannot take me to the submission, and it will just, if I click the error, it will take me to where I need to go and what I need to do. I think we can finish this. Let me just quickly check if we can show you how to send this one. Yes. So if you can see, these errors are actually not red but orange or yellow, as you wish. But I guess it's more orange color. And it will just write you if it's a serious error, passable error. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's orange and you can send it, but be expecting that the tax office will want to have a chat with you. So if we go to send submission, this is how you can submit it, and you can do so by either sending it using the special DIS Plus portal, which is the tax portal of the tax office, or sending it electronically via the data box, via the identity of the citizen, which can be the bank identity or any other identity. Or you can also send it without having anything digital, because this one is, I will just quickly translate it, you can send it electronically even if you don't have like anything like digital ID.
You only have it in your computer and you do not have any authorization how to authorize the submission. In that case, you can still submit it electronically, but upon pressing this button, you will get some one-page confirmation which you need to sign and deliver it to the tax office.
Yeah, okay.
And this is actually additional like authorization of that electronic submission.
So it's like this hybrid version of electronic submission. All right, I think we are nearing the end of our webinar right now. Is there anything you would like to add before we answer any questions? We can start with the questions if nothing comes to mind right now. We have
maybe very quick look in the rest of the presentation, where is information about what freelancers still need to do.
Right.
Apart from tax return, only freelancers needs to also submit statement to Social Security Office and Health Insurance Office.
Right. Okay. It's necessary to know. Maybe there will be questions from the audience about this, so we can maybe personalize it. So.
Okay, so let's have a look on the questions that we have from the audience.
Okay, so the first question is about income from abroad, like rents. Where should we report it? Is it before or after taxes?
Definitely all income needs to be reported in gross amount before deduction of any taxes. Of course, rental income in your home country is definitely subject to taxation in your home country. That is correct. But you, as a Czech tax resident, need to declare the worldwide income in the Czech Republic, including that income from your home country, in gross amount. You can claim expenses based on Czech tax legislation. For rental income, we have either 30% lump sum expenses or actual expenses, including tax depreciation of the rented property. And what to do with that foreign tax? If we have so-called double taxation treaty with that particular country, which Czech Republic has with majority of those countries, these double taxation treaties, then the foreign tax will be deducted from Czech tax. But it definitely needs to be declared, and it would be declared in the rental income category, which we did not fill in for John Smith. But there is section for rental income where you include it in gross amount.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for the question. If there's anything else, we can answer next one. So Robin is asking us, he is a freelancer, and his question is my annual income what I've earned in the year minus the healthcare and social security payment, or without?
Without. Unfortunately, you cannot deduct your social security and health insurance, which you need to pay on top. For example, from your employment income, there is also social security and health insurance paid from your employment income. In addition, you need to pay from your business income, social health insurance, and this cannot be deducted because also employees cannot deduct their own social health insurance. And I understand this question because this is again something untypical compared to tax systems of other countries.
All right. So it's the same for this situation is same for employees and self-employed people.
Social health insurance is due but cannot be deducted from the income.
Right.
So if you go for lump sum expenses, definitely not. And if you go for actual expenses in terms of your business income, you cannot include these social health insurance payments to your tax deductible expenses.
Okay, thanks for the question. We have another one from Orkun. He asks about foreign incomes and both dependent and independent activities. In the supplement 3 or attachment 3, how to correctly report it, how to decide on the metoda vynětí or metoda zápočtu.
Exemption method or credit method.
Right, and should we prove those ones with additional documents? Wow. Complex question.
Complex
Jana.
question, but I can answer that. Also, in the form that we filled in, there was section for foreign income. If you answer or start to answering this question, it will lead you to that enclosure number 3, where you have to, where you can eliminate the double taxation. And how to choose which method to use. You have to look in the double taxation treaty with the respective country. There is no general answer. If it's income from UK, you need to consult.
So every country has a different?
Yeah, and the methods might be different. Generally, for employment income, dependent activities, usually method of exemption is relevant. Usually, for example, dividend income, usually credit method. But you need to look in the double taxation treaty with that particular country.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Orkun.
And you have to prove it with the confirmation of tax paid in another country. It must be, there is a section that needs to be filled in and proved by the confirmation of tax paid in other country.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Jana, for answering this question. We also have another one. Somebody asks how to mention the sale of shares holding period in the form.
This you do not need to fill in the form. You only have to decide whether the income is taxable or tax exempt. Holding period is relevant for tax exemption. If you have the shares for at least 3 years, then the income is tax exempt. And once the income is tax exempt, you do not put it in the tax return. So there is actually no need to fill in the holding period.
Okay, thank you for the question. Another one. If I bought government bonds, I think it's a follow-up question for the before one. If I bought government bonds in my home country before coming to Czech Republic, after some years they will be matured and tax will be collected at home country. How much tax should be paid in Czechia?
Okay, so it depends on your tax residency status in the year when those bonds are matured, when you actually receive the income. If you are a Czech tax resident in that year, you need to declare it in the Czech tax return in the gross amount. Of course, since the source of this income is your home country, it also will be taxed there, and then the tax paid there, if it's with the country where we have the double taxation treaty, the tax will be deducted from the Czech tax.
Okay, so basically if you're for a foreign country, you always have to look for the double taxation treaty.
Yeah, yeah. But if, for example, abroad was tax which was withheld, I don't know, 30%, and Czech tax on this income is only 15% because we have 15%, maximally 23. What you can deduct is not entire amount of tax paid abroad, but only maximally up to the amount of Czech tax on that same income. But the form will actually lead you correctly. You just need to enter the amount of foreign income and the amount of tax paid abroad, and the form will calculate it for you, what is the maximum that you can deduct from Czech taxes.
All right. Thanks for the question. We can move on to another one. What if dividends and capital gains are in foreign currency? If we have to convert them, the purchase cost and sell should be converted at current conversion rate or at the time of each operation? That is a very difficult question.
Okay, of course, everything what is entered in the Czech tax return must be in Czech crowns. If you are, for example, charging your clients or have dividend income in foreign currency, you need to use for recalculation obligatory rate, which is always issued by General Financial Directorate at the beginning of the following year. So in January 2026, we received the exchange rate valid for 2025. And via this, it will be converted to Czech crowns.
Right, okay.
It's all for all foreign income.
Rowan asks another question. If I sell my apartment in a foreign country and I'm exempt from tax there, should I pay any tax for it here when I get the money?
Again, this is the question about tax residency status, because if you are Czech tax resident, you need to tax worldwide income. And if you are taxing income from abroad in the Czech Republic, you are following Czech rules. So it might be that in your home country it is tax exempt, but in Czech Republic you have to follow Czech rules. For example, for sale of the house, we have a holding period of at least 5 or 10 years, depending when it was acquired, or 2 years of living. If any of these conditions is fulfilled, or
like 2 years of living in the property?
In that property, or using the money from the sale to buy another house or flat in which I will be living. So there are possibilities how to exempt the income, but based on Czech rules. And only if you fulfill Czech rules for tax exemption, you do not need to report it in the tax return. But maybe here I mentioned, because with sale of a house it happens quite frequently, that the income might be over 5 million Czech crowns, which is tax exempt, so does not go to the tax return but must be reported to the tax office via notification obligation. It applies also to properties which were sold abroad, if you are a Czech tax resident.
I hope it's enough for you, Rowan. Right, so I think we went through all the questions that you asked. I will just give you one last chance to write some follow-up questions, or something came up maybe during our conversation, during the answering of your questions. I'm glad that you were actually asking us those very specialized, sometimes complex questions.
But important and
very important,
very relevant.
Because I guess you deal with these kinds of questions all the time, right?
Yeah, especially with foreigners. That's a big part of my work, dealing with taxability of income for foreigners, because their tax situation is not always easy, especially assessment of tax residency status, because it actually gives us the answer what income will be taxed in the Czech Republic. Especially in the first years of coming to the Czech Republic, the people are not sure whether to report the income that they had from US from the beginning of the year and so on. So it's definitely recommendable to consult with expert to answer these questions, because your employer, your Czech employer, does not does not have enough maybe time or effort to answer these questions. And it really needs to be assessed on individual basis.
Right.
Because the family plays role, whether the family is here with you in the Czech Republic or not. So.
Right, thank you. Jana, is there anything else? I know you have like 20 years of experience, right? What else can you offer our clients who would need to seek tax advisor service?
From the compliance services like preparation of the tax return, what we do frequently also is the consultation. If you are settled in the Czech Republic, you are employee, and for example you want to start your own business, so just to consult what to do, what are my next steps.
Right,
it
my
is
obligations, my rights.
1 hour consultation which gives you a direction for the next steps, that you do not omit anything from the payment point of view, because you need to be registered and do all those obligations correctly.
Right. So, how can people contact you?
Via email, via phone, or visit me in our office on Dominikánské náměstí.
All right, so in the center.
Yes.
Great. Okay. As you can see, I also showed you the webpage of Auditor, the company that Jana is working in. And I can see that there are no more questions or comments, so I will just quickly, briefly tell you that the Brno Expat Centre is here for you. If you have any questions regarding anything that you need to handle, please feel free to contact us through the form that I show you right here. Just write in your details, describe your problem, attach a file if necessary, and send it to us. We will reply to you as soon as we can. Let me just say that our service is free of charge to anyone. And if you liked this, video, if you like this presentation, please give us feedback, what you think about it, and we will take a look, and maybe Jana can do some other, or tell us suggestions on what you would also need to what next webinar would you like to have, so we can invite Jana or someone else from our Brno Expat friendly services. Jana, so thank you once again. I wish you a great night. I know you have lots of work still dealing with your clients, so also sending you lots of energy. Thank you for being here, and see you next time.
Thank you for invitation, and thank you everybody for watching us and for the questions.
I also thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.